Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
The triple murder trial of Thomas Bonfanti continued Tuesday in Belfast. We have an update on the way. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Farley. Also coming up, authorities have identified the man killed in a shooting in Vassalboro apartment building on Memorial Day. And the grieving continues in Uvalde, Texas, after last week's school shooting. And now police refuse to cooperate with a state investigation into the response to Robb Elementary. Details are coming up along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey, Susan, happy Wednesday afternoon. We've made it to the middle of the week, and your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. All right, there were some frost advisories up earlier this morning. Those have since been dropped, and there's nothing in effect at this point, so things are looking pretty good in our backyard. But meanwhile, we do have some clouds that have been moving in. But overall, we will be under a partly cloudy sky, but increasing clouds will be the general idea during the afternoon period today, though. As you do have this front right about in here, it's going to start tracking back in our direction a little bit, so some chances of rain will be coming up later on. But meanwhile, the low temperatures got cool this morning. Look at the northern ends of the state, making it into the lower 30s. This is why frost advisories were up. But meanwhile, for us, so we were in the lower 40s, even middle 40s, further off towards the south and west. Increasing clouds will be common today. Any rain that develops will stay in the southwestern parts of the state. We'll have our turn for a little bit of rain coming up later on tonight. The winds will not be a huge deal at all, mainly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Nothing too ridiculous coming up and really starting to calm down as we head towards the overnight period tonight and especially into tomorrow. So 70 degrees today, increasing clouds with that northwest breeze at about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, a few rain showers possible, lows in the upper 40s, and the winds overall will be nice and calm. For tomorrow, 71 degrees, partly cloudy, and the wind overall still remaining nice and calm. And your hourly forecast moving forward, partly cloudy, sometimes mostly cloudy at times. Temperatures close to 70 degrees. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. Authorities have identified the man killed in a shooting in a Vassalboro apartment building on Memorial Day. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says 37-year-old Jeremy Gilly of Vassalboro has died as a result of being shot. His death was ruled a homicide. 30-year-old Joshua Bilodeau of Vassalboro, who was also shot, is recovering at a local hospital. Police are not identifying the third man who was involved but not injured. Moss says the shooting took place just after 9 Monday morning. Several people were inside when an argument started between two of the building's residents. No arrests have been made. Police continue to investigate Gilly's death and the shooting. The triple murder trial of Thomas Bonfanti continued Tuesday. In court, Bonfanti hinted at a confusing motive after accusing his alleged victims of criminal activity. Our A.J. Douglas has more.
Employees from the Maine State Police Crime Lab testified that the sweat jacket cut off of Regina Hall Long's body upon receiving life-saving medical aid has bullet holes in places consistent with Long's testimony, describing being shot in the face and shoulder. The state rested its case after a forensic expert confirmed that Thomas Bonfanti's DNA was found on the gun recovered from his vehicle during his 2020 arrest. Defense attorney Jeffrey Toothaker requested that Bonfanti's doctor and a previous American Legion employee testify. However, Justice Bruce Maloney decided to exclude both potential witnesses, deeming their testimony unrelated to the crimes Bonfanti is accused of committing. Prior to the justice's final decision, he gave Bonfanti the chance to connect either witness to the case. Bonfanti addressed the court, stating, quote, "I was Mary Tinker's supervisor. The people involved in this case were selling her drugs. The people involved in this case were putting pressure on me not to prosecute her." Quote, Tinker stated in court that she does not know any of the shooting victims and has not spoken to Bonfanti since her employment ended at the American Legion in 2019. Defense attorney Jeffrey Toothaker confirmed Bonfanti will testify in court Wednesday morning. The prosecution has no objection to Bonfanti's testimony on what he believes took place February 3rd, 2020. In Belfast, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
A person has been charged in connection with a threat directed toward RSU 67 last week. Lincoln Police Chief J.D. Sparks says 18-year-old Hunter Dunham of Farmington allegedly made a threat on Thursday while talking with a student on social media. School officials became aware of it around 8:15 Friday morning and restricted access in and out of school buildings as a precaution. Sparks says there was never any immediate threat to students or staff. According to Sparks, Dunham is not associated with RSU 67, but he does have a relationship with a student there. Dunham has been charged with terrorizing. RSU 67 includes the towns of Lincoln, Mattawamkeag, and Chester. A judge says Maine State Police must turn over additional records of misconduct by troopers to the state's two biggest newspapers. State Police must also search and turn over missing disciplinary records it failed to provide to the Portland Press Herald and the Bangor Daily News. The newspapers sued under the Maine Freedom of Access Act for withholding information about misconduct by troopers. The newspapers reported that many of the 22 disciplinary cases were so heavily redacted that there was no meaningful description of what led to the discipline. Officers in Maine's biggest city are investigating multiple incidents on Memorial Day, with 3 shootings in 90 minutes. Portland police say these 3 shootings are not connected. Police say around 5:45 in the area of Park Avenue and Forest Street, a 19-year-old was shot and injured in a drive-by incident. Police say multiple people were filming a music video in the area when the shooting occurred. Police later found that vehicle in Wells. They say it was stolen from Roe Ford last week. A second incident occurred on Washington Avenue about 20 minutes later. A woman called to say she was shot at while walking her dog. Police believe the weapon involved in this incident was likely an airsoft gun, and the woman was not injured. An hour after that, police say a man fired off his gun inside his apartment on Brackett Street. Police say shooting pedestrians with airsoft guns has become a challenge on social media.
So we're very concerned about that. One, someone getting injured. 2, the individuals that are doing it, something could happen. A police officer could see that, think it's a real weapon, concealed carry holder, driving down the street, gets threatened in that manner, they might fire back real rounds.
Major Martin added that getting caught often results in a felony charge. The grieving continues in Uvalde, Texas, where families are now holding funeral services for those 21 students and staff killed in last week's school shooting. As loved ones mourn, new reports that police are no longer cooperating with a state investigation into the law enforcement response to Robb Elementary. Justin Finch has more.
At Uvalde's Sacred Heart Catholic Church, a final farewell for 10-year-old Amerie Jo Garza.
A part of Uvalde and her is just gone from my heart. It just feels horrible.
Garza and 10-year-old Maite Rodriguez both laid to rest Tuesday. Father Eduardo Morales is presiding over at least 12 funerals for victims of the Robb Elementary shootings.
Although I have celebrated many funeral masses, this certainly is, the situation is different. It's as if one huge funeral that is not ending.
Funeral after funeral as new details emerge in the tragic timeline that's brought Uvalde to its knees. The Texas Department of Public Safety confirming a Robb Elementary teacher re-entering the building after seeing the suspect crash his truck before the shooting and call 911. Her lawyer telling the San Antonio Express News she saw the armed suspect, went back inside the school and closed the door, adding she thought the door would lock because that door is always supposed to be locked. This as state officials say Uvalde Schools Police Chief Pete Arredondo is no longer cooperating with its investigators after his initial interview. Law enforcement sources say Uvalde Police and Uvalde Schools Police are also not complying, but the state later released a statement saying both agencies have been cooperating. Several law enforcement sources tell ABC News Arredondo's refusal comes after the Texas DPS director called Uvalde's police delayed response the wrong decision. Arredondo reportedly ordered tactical teams to not go into a classroom, wrongly believing there was a barricaded subject, not an active shooter. The victims' families are saying they don't want their lost loved ones to be forgotten. As they mourn, Congress is reviewing gun reform measures as all eyes are on ongoing bipartisan Senate talks focused on advancing gun safety legislation.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, it's been 10 years since they left, and now they're back on the Bangor waterfront. We'll explain when we return.
Are you eligible for Medicare? Joe Montana is, and he enrolled in a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan. He knows about coverage, and WellCare provides the extra benefits he wants.
Hi, I'm Joe Montana. When you get to be 65, you have little patience for nonsense and inefficiency. That's why when I qualified for Medicare, I went with WellCare.
Take it from Joe. As a WellCare member, you get a $0 or low monthly plan premium on your medical coverage and prescription drugs with $0 generics. And that's not all.
Plus, a flex card to pay for extra dental, vision, and hearing expenses, an over-the-counter allowance, and even give-back plans that put money back into your Social Security check every month.
Call us at 1-866-636-7403. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide with everything you need to know about Medicare and tell you how to get a $0 or low monthly plan premium on your medical coverage, prescription drug coverage with $0 generics, dental, vision, and hearing coverage, a WellCare Flex card, money for over-the-counter items, and up to $840 back in your Social Security check every year. WellCare is committed to providing our members great Medicare coverage that includes extra health care benefits. If you want to learn more about WellCare, call 1-866-636-7403. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide with everything you need to know. Or visit our website, enrollwellcare.com. That's 1-866-636-7403. Or enrollwellcare.com to enroll today. WellCare, it's Medicare done well.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the twos when I was hit by a speeding driver. Lowry and Associates started working for me for no money up front. I never paid a penny out of pocket, and they settled my case for over $165,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry and Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Governor Janet Mills spent the day on the road visiting businesses and schools in Penobscot County. Part of her day included a tour of Eastern Maine Community College in Bangor, where she got a look at the new nursing simulation lab being built at the school. The governor's Maine Jobs and Recovery Plan helped fund that new lab, as well as provide 2 years of tuition-free education to recent Maine high school graduates at any of Maine's community colleges. EMCC administrators and staff say they believe with the help of the governor's Maine Jobs and Recovery Plan, they will see student ratios rebound to pre-pandemic levels in the coming year. An elementary school in Orono is the proud recipient of the Finance Authority of Maine's special giveaway. The agency developed the Invest in Me Reads program to focus on teaching kids about goal setting, money saving, and building finances. As the winner of the giveaway, Asa Adams Elementary School will receive a full collection of children's books and parent guides. One of the book's authors, Mary Beth Bolts, participated in virtual reading of the book Those Shoes to second graders Tuesday afternoon.
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity to expose children at a younger age, obviously to literacy and the value and power of reading. It's a kiosk that includes all of the books in the Money on the Bookshelf series. So we've brought all of the books here to provide to the school, along with the parent guides as well.
Dyer says families can access the resources for free at investinme.com. For more than a decade, American Cruise Lines has been absent in the city of Bangor, but on Monday, they made their official return to the city's waterfront. Sierra Jordan has the story.
It's been 10 years since the city of Bangor has seen American Cruise Lines on the waterfront.
Excited to see American Cruise Line back and have them here on the waterfront and here in Bangor.
The American Independence is owned by American Cruise Lines. The 200-foot vessel carrying 90 passengers docked at the Bangor waterfront shortly after 8:30 Monday morning. and left early Tuesday morning.
I know they went on tours downtown. I think they did the Stephen King tour. The Bangor Historical Society had a tour for them as well.
American Cruise Lines has been serving New England for the past 30 years. Bangor City Council approved a 20-year lease with American Cruise Lines in February.
To me, it's going to be an economic boost for the area.
Tracy Willett of Bangor Parks and Rec says the American Independence is scheduled to make a total of 18 stops in the city during the summer season.
They make stops here in Bangor, in Bar Harbor, Rockland, and Portland. So certainly having Bangor as one of those stops, folks get off, are able to come and walk around downtown, eat in the restaurants here downtown, shop in some of the shops here in the city. So much like many of the activities here on the waterfront, it lends itself to a lot of activity here on the waterfront and downtown.
When we spoke to CEO Charles Robertson back in February, he says he's in the process of building a new cruise ship to be stationed in Bangor in 2024.
Bangor was a fantastic stop when we were there in the past. It was popular with our guests, and we've seen more and more people asking about it again.
In case you missed it, the American Independence will return to the waterfront next Monday at noon. In Bangor, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Now with Wednesday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
The cost of a new home is up 21% from a year ago. That's according to the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller National Home Price Index. That's the biggest jump in 35 years. Experts say rising interest rates may cut demand and slow down price increases. Consumer confidence is dropping fast. The Conference Board says its index fell in May compared to the month before. Inflation numbers are running at their fastest pace in more than 40 years. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, who was confirmed for a second term just 2 weeks ago, says more interest rate hikes are coming this year. And supply chain issues are hitting movie theaters. The Wall Street Journal says at a recent industry convention, there was talk about tight supplies of everything from popcorn to the bags and buckets used to hold it. I'm Leo Jonathan with Wednesday's Business on ABC 7.
Coming up, Bell's palsy is a condition that can happen to anyone at any age. It can be frustrating and frightening. When we return, we'll take a closer look at the condition. We'll be right back.
Winter Harbor Lobster Co-op is a small group of independent Maine fishermen who want to make sure you get the freshest lobsters we can provide. To do that, we sell direct to the public to avoid long storage times and inflated prices. For the best quality, texture, and taste, our live lobsters have to have ideal conditions from the time we catch them to when they arrive at your table. Please browse our website for fantastic deals on real, fresh Maine lobster and other seafood. Winter Harbor Lobster Co-op, from our boats to your door.
Their price, $30,000. Your price, $20. Can you tell the difference? Even expert jewelers have a difficult time distinguishing the diamond Z4 CZ from mine diamonds because of their similarity. Now, for the first time ever, the fire and brilliance of flawless diamonds are captured in this beautiful ring, each perfectly complemented by a brilliant setting of sterling silver plate and offered at an unprecedented price. The Sterlington collection proudly presents a true masterpiece. This exquisite ring features a flawless simulated diamond center stone of 2 3/4 carats, surrounded by over 1 1/4 carats of round and tapered flawless baguettes. And now the stunning brilliance of Diamond Z4 is affordable to virtually everyone. One jewelry industry professional who examined these rings marveled at their beauty and brilliance.
It's exceedingly rare to see such flawless stones.
He's right. Comparable solitaires made of diamonds can cost up to $30,000.
I was shocked that the stones in these rings weren't diamonds.
Even perfect natural diamonds have flaws, but every CZ stone in the Diamond Z4 is perfect in its color, clarity, and cut. And at a remarkable total weight of over 4 carats, it will become an instant favorite, turning heads and inspiring gasps of envy. You could pay over $30,000 for a diamond ring. But why, when you can have the Diamond Z4 for a fraction of the cost? Your price through this special invitation will be only $20. And for a limited time, order today and you can also receive this beautiful band with 1.92 carats of Diamond Z4s. Every set comes with a certificate of authenticity, confirming the manufacturer's appraised value of $95. You get both CZ rings, totaling over an astounding 6 carats for $20. Supplies are limited, so call or click now.
Call 1-800-401-3492 to get your special offer, Diamond Z4. Call now or go to diamondzfour.com. So call 1-800-401-3492. That's 1-800-401-3492. This offer is not available in any store. Call now.
When thinking about retirement, many people think about spending their days lounging by the pool or dozing off in a recliner. However, new research suggests it's more important to stay active. With more, here's ABC's Justin Finch.
After a lifetime of work, sitting back and relaxing seems to be the reward many look forward to in retirement. But new research suggests that may not be the best way to spend your golden years. Researchers at the University of Bath in the UK set up a 52-week exercise program for people over age 65. They found those who took part in the program for a year were better able to climb stairs and walk short distances compared to those who did not participate. Doctors say more research is needed, but prioritizing exercise in retirement is still a good idea. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch.
Bell's palsy is a condition that can happen to anyone at any age. It causes paralysis or muscle weakness, drooping to appear on one side of their face. As Josie Hersey tells us, even though this condition is often temporary, it can still be a frightening and frustrating diagnosis to live with.
Brian Netto is a talented trumpet player and radio announcer on Star 97.7. But in 2016, Netto was forced to stop playing music when he was diagnosed with Bell's palsy at St. Joseph Hospital in Bangor.
They gave me 2 medications, an antiviral drug and prednisone. And once those got into my system, they said your chances of making a full recovery are best because you acted so quickly.
The cause of Bell's palsy is unknown, but most medical experts believe a viral infection or Lyme disease is to blame for the condition.
People can recover within a period of weeks, and it can take all the way up to 6 months, 8 months.
It took a month for Netto to get most of his facial movement back.
I'm very lucky in that anyone looking at me and talking to me would never know that I had it.
Netto credits medical intervention and acupuncture with Susan Murch at Jade Branch Acupuncture for his quick recovery.
We can actually regenerate some nerve tissue and muscle tissue with acupuncture.
Murch uses acupuncture needles to stimulate the nerves affected by Bell's around a person's eye, forehead, cheek, and jaw. For more severe cases, she will also use electronic stimulation.
But I've had other people, after 1 or 2 treatments, their Bell's palsy was completely resolved. Other people may take months.
For weeks, viewers have only heard my voice as I've chosen to work behind the camera since I was diagnosed with stage 4 Bell's palsy back in January. Learning everything I could about this condition became a personal mission of mine, as I've spent the past 4 months battling with Bell's head on. However, Peggy Hansen of Hamden has experienced Bell's palsy more than once.
And I got it about 5 years ago after I visited my old mother who had a slight case of shingles.
Hansen got it again in April of this year. Dr. Zachary Klett of Northern Light Eye Care said it is not uncommon for a person to get Bell's palsy more than once.
I mean, I definitely have seen people who have had it on one side and then have developed it on the other side.
Now Netto is using his experience with Bell's palsy to help and encourage others battling the condition.
Well, most people that I know that have had it have all come back, but it's been a different timeline for everybody.
In Brewer, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again.
They got my hospital and surgery bills paid for and got me $250,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is sponsored by Carol Harper and Associates Incorporated, your one source for your Medicare and long-term care insurance planning. Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company, a family-friendly tattoo and art shop in Ellsworth with well-rounded artists and a fun atmosphere. And Graffiti Donuts, a donut-centric dessert location offering fresh-made donuts, donut hole nachos, donut sundaes, milkshakes, and much more. Open 7 days a week.
The law.
I've been a judge for 40 years. Don't waste my time.
If you break it,
You didn't pay rent.
you'll pay for it.
It's my show. Nobody cares whether you have a personality or not.
Weeknights at 5 on ABC 7.
This week, we'll have you hooked.
Salmon, snapper,
Marlin, trout. It's gone fishing week. Nice. And we found some real pros.
fly fishing down in Patagonia, deep sea fishing in Costa Rica, of course, salmon fishing in Alaska.
Wow, I have 2 goldfish. Plus,
Grew up fishing with my dad.
Vanna shares some very fun fishing memories with you.
I was bringing in a really big one.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
The Maine Wildlife Transport shared a few photos of some of their recent rescues over the past few weeks. Viewer discretion is advised because some of these photos you're about to see are unbearably cute. Directly from their Facebook page, here are a few animals that have been rescued due to illness, injury, or abandonment. The 501c organization was established in 2021 by Dan Foss. It all started out as a small Facebook group with a few helpful Mainers. It quickly turned into a nonprofit organization with a mission to rescue, stabilize, and transport wildlife to a licensed rehabilitation center within the state of Maine. If you're looking to get involved as a volunteer, you can check their website and fill out a form. Now let's check your full midweek forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Wednesday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scotts Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home in Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, as we start things off this afternoon, we did have some alerts up this morning with frost across the northern ends of the state. There were frost advisories up as a result, but now we're starting to look pretty good. No advisories up across the viewing area at all. We had some clouds moving through earlier. A lot of that is tapered off, but this afternoon more clouds will be approaching courtesy of this little front right about in here. It's been a cold front, now it's stationary. We might start seeing it get close to us as a warm front again before this main system tries to move through later on. And we could see some rain chances, even a few rumbles of thunder as we get close toward the end of the week. Wave heights for now are very quiet, only at around 2 to 3 feet, so this is why no small craft advisories or anything are in effect at this point. But water temperatures, though, are starting to moderate a little bit in the lower to middle 50s. Still pretty cool out there, so if you're going to enjoy the ocean, please be careful. The water temperature is still a little bit cool for this time of the year. But if you're heading out the door, though, your UV index forecast is at a 7, no, which is high, so a burn time of around 30 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade necessary to help protect you from the sun's harmful rays. But otherwise, though, average high is 71 degrees. We'll get close to that today and tomorrow, cooling off Friday in the lower 60s and middle to upper 60s by Saturday and Sunday, then lower 70s again by Monday, and again as we head towards your Tuesday. Futurecast moving forward, though, increasing clouds will be common this afternoon. Maybe some rain across the southwestern parts of the state, but we'll have to wait until tonight for our turn for a little bit of rain. But once we get that through, though, make sure clouds and sun will be the general idea as we head towards your Thursday. So for your rainfall forecast overall, nothing too ridiculous. Hardly any rain on the way for overnight time. Maybe just enough to get the walkways wet. A little bit more later on through the weekend, though. Maybe close to a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, not out of the question. So some decent rainfall looks to be on the way. So for today, 70 degrees, increasing clouds. That northwest wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, 47 degrees, rain showers on the way, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, 71 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. In the Scotts Recreation extended forecast. All right, so we're dry on Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the lower 70s. Rain chances are back on Friday with highs only in the lower 60s, middle 60s on Saturday with a chance for showers and a few rumbles of thunder. Then Sunday, rain chances with highs in the upper 60s.
Thank you, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
Nobody should have to go through a 5-hour drive every single day to have radiation. Sarah's house provides them a home away from home, a place where they can come and receive treatment and support while they move through their cancer journey. There are 9 bedrooms for guests on 2 floors. They have laundry facilities. Everyone has their own cupboard for dry storage, refrigerator space. The great room is really the heart of the home. It's like the kitchen living space. This is where people come.